Hi guys, this is Guadalupe Contreras. I mentioned in the intro video that I made, right, that I would be making all types of videos, right? And I don't want this to be like, you know, a real stressful, you know, attachment to a person that stutters and here's what you got to do. And if you don't do it, no, man, it's not like that. You will never stop, you know? And what helped me out to stop was that I had to make the way of stuttering my way of life into it, accept it who I was, I couldn't be like any other person, compare myself, to this and that, because stuttering gives you a really low percentage esteem. It really does. And for this one here, this video right here, what I want to do, I want to bring out the comical aspect of it, and to let people know, right, if you're, in this situation of stuttering, right, what you want to look at yourself, not too serious. Don't do that, because believe me, it does. It makes you feel, oh man, seriously, it makes you feel so inside this one little box that you put yourself in, and you just stay there every day of your life. That I even heard of people that just lost, opportunities of work, and lost opportunities of marrying the kind of person they really wanted, positions in every walks of life, that. And in fact, that's what happened to me, I wanted to do this, but I went out. My mom, she tried everything too. She took me to therapists and, all this, and there, nothing worked. That she was just there and she felt like she failed, yeah, because see, parents, right? Parents, try to do everything they can for their children. And mom, she was son, wow, I wish I could do more for you. I go, Mom, it's all right. It don't matter. She goes, yes, it does matter, you know. Anyways, so Mom, she really took it hard. She really did. It was me, I got another brother. I'm the oldest. He's the second to the oldest. Then we have a sister, and then I remember, that Mom, she would try to do everything. My mom, she worked, for the welfare. She was a social worker. So she always was there to help everybody out, no matter what it was. People that didn't have food to eat, they would come in from another country, and it was a time, when she worked for the welfare system when they barely came out, in America. And she helped a lot of people. So my mom, I was around a lot of help, and all that help, right? It could not do it. It could not do nothing for me, man. And look, people that stutter, right? They know what I'm talking about. And in fact, I'll say the people that will probably see these videos, right? And side note, right? If you notice that sometimes I catch myself, still kind of stammering a little bit, but it's a technique that I just use it. And we notice inhaling a lot of air, right? And controlling it. And I'll be making all types of videos, I call it vid, short for a video. Be making all types of vids, about the air control, because that's the number one thing that you gotta control is your air system. Because see, when we start to talk, right, what we do, we just squeeze in everything, man. Squeeze in everything with no air, and we're trying to push it out. It kind of like reminds me of a truck, right, in San Francisco. If you ever been there, right, the streets are like that, you know what I mean? A truck, old truck, like I tell my friends, you know what, don't ever go to San Francisco with an old car, man. Don't do it. And they go, why? I go, I ain't gonna tell you, man, just don't do it. Because look, the streets are like that. In an old car, it just, and sooner or later, you're going back down. You cannot go up them streets with an old car. You see? And that's all it was, you know. And that's all stuttering is. You just lost your air control, your air system. And that's what, you know, I'll have more vids on that right there about, you know, the air control. A lot of them, in fact, the whole thing about breathing, right? I'll show you how to breathe correctly. And then if you notice, I use a lot of gestures, right? You know, gesturing. And then two, moving around, you know, because I'm putting in air inside of me. You know, the public school, I'm gonna have vids about the public school I'm in, how it just, you know, helped me out so much, you know, how to do inflection when you speak, you know, inflections, you know, fading away your words and everything. And then two, as well, you know, as well, just being peaceful, you know that. But today's vid, you know, I'm gonna talk about the areas where it was very comical. And all my family, you know what, they will laugh. Not that they were laughing at me. You know, see, that's not it. See, you know what, they just, you know, it was just so funny to them. And even, excuse me, and even at the store, right, the owner of the store, you know, I made his day. You know what I mean? Made him laugh so much. He said, take the product, man. Just take it and go back. He couldn't laugh. In fact, he laughed so much, you know, he had to go to the restroom, man. You know what I mean? But you see, people, they really liked, you know, my company like that. Because I made them, you know, their day. But I didn't mean to, you know, that. I don't know. I just had this, you know, comical way of, you know, doing it and everything. And I'll be starting right now, you know, how it was, you know. In fact, okay, let's start. Here's the first one. I remember, here's the scenario, okay. Scenario one. It's about Hugo, my cousin. And then it's about Lalo, his brother-in-law, right? Robert, you know, Robert's cousin, you know, came down from LA to visit Robert, you know. Hugo, he has a sister named Gloria. So Gloria married, you know, was going out as, you know, boyfriend and girlfriend with Robert, right? And at the time, see, we lived in Lamont, California. And it was back then. And I think I was around what? I think 14 or 13 or 12, somewhere around there. And anyway, so we're there. I went to my cousin's house, Hugo's house, because I always hung out there all the time with my cousins. You know, my other cousins lived next door, Moses. A lot of cousins I had on the street called Winter Lane. In fact, I'm gonna make a vid on that town in Lamont, California. Anyways, well, so I went to my cousin's house, you know, Hugo, to visit him, you know, after school. It was on a school night. I think it was Tuesday or Wednesday. I kind of, you know, remember it. It was a while back, you know. Anyway, so I went over there to Hugo's house. And so there, you know, was Lalo, Robert, and Hugo. And Hugo tells me, hey, what's up, cuz? So we sit down and then, you know, I was having, you know, a real nice time there, you know. And they were there, right? You know, I came over, had some sodas and everything with them. And then for some reason, they wanted to go to LA. You know, LA is about an hour and a half from Lamont, California. I forgot why that we went over there, but anyway, Hugo asked me, hey, would you like to go with us? You know, so we went, you know. So here we are going on the freeway 99, you know, going up the hill, Interstate 5, right? And then Lalo, he lived in the east side of LA. And strangely, right, strangely, that time it was a serial killer of Richard, who was it? Richard Ramirez, I think, right? And Lalo, he looked like him. Seriously, I don't know, man. But, you know, anyway, so we went, you know, so we're already there in LA in his house. His house is around the corner. The cops pull us over, you know, so we're there. And then, so they tell us to get off, and we're sitting there on the sidewalk, right? Then the cop goes, hey, man, do you know why I pull you over, man? He goes, well, he goes, because look, you look like this guy right here, man, that we're looking for. You know what I mean? It was a serial killer, but it was in the 70s, I think, or early 80s. I forgot, you know, it's a long time ago. But he goes, look, you look like this picture. And he did. You know what? They showed us the picture, the print, right? You know what I mean? Oh, man. And then after that, I go, wow, he looks like that guy. Man, is he the killer or what? What's going on, man? You know what? And so, you know, I go, nah. So I was just messing around, right? And after that, you know what? The cop goes, hey, man, you know, so they asked him all kinds of questions, you know. And so everything he turned out. And then what he did was, you know what, he sat us down and he said, okay, so what's your name, you know? And I heard about names, you know. Oh, man, people that stutter, they ignore it. They tried to ignore, you know, saying their name or something, you know what I mean? And I was the last one. I just went in the back, you know, sat back, you know, so we're there on the sidewalk. And he told Lalo, you know, hey, Lalo said his name. Robert said his name. Hugo, he said his name, you know. And then the cop came up to me, right? Oh my God. You know, so the cop, he comes up to me and I go, man, here it is. Oh my God. And the L is for a stutter. We can't say it. I don't know. I just could not say my L's, you know. So anyways, he goes, hey man, so what's your name, bro? You know that? And I go, well, I go, okay. And I said, and I go, man, I couldn't say, you know what? I could not say Guadalupe or Lupe, right? So what I did was I go, Lou Henry, right? Lou Henry. And then so the cop, he goes, he goes, what? Lou Henry? See, I could not say Lupe, right? So what I did was I go, Lou Henry, right? Right? See what I mean? And then so after that, you know what? He looked at me, man. He started cracking up, man. He was just me laughing so hard, right? You know, I couldn't even say Looping, and I said Lou Henry, you know. And after that, man, he was just laughing. All of us, man, he were laughing. Well, not me, but you know, all of them, right? And I said, damn, man, I don't know, you know what I mean? So the cop, he was laughing so hard. His gun was there, right? His gun was there, and he was on the hood. He was cracking up, man, for about 2 minutes. He was just laughing and laughing. Everybody was cracking up. He goes, hey, man, you know what? It's not you guys, man. He goes, you know what? Just get the heck out of here, man. Just leave, man. You know what? Because he said that, you know, he had to go to the restroom. His stomach was hurting. He was laughing so much. You know, Lou, right? I could not say my first name, man. That's the only thing. So I thought of Henry, you know. I said, well, Lou. And then as I tried to say Loopy, I just thought of Henry. So I said Lou Henry. You know, he goes, man, your name is Lou Henry? What the hell is that, bro? And because I left my ID at home, you know, and I didn't bring it. And anyways, so he was cracking up, him and his partner and everything, man. And then after that, you know, the cop was just, you know, playing around with us, you know, about Lalo being, you know, the killer. Because he couldn't have did it because he was over there with us. And then after that, I mean, yeah, he was over there in Lamont at the time. They checked everything out, so they let us go. So we slept over, you know, his house, the apartment that night, and we went home. And Man, I tell you, I was the laughing stock of the whole night. You know, on the way home, right? Uh, they were cracking up, and this even to today, if family see me, they just start laughing. They still may remember, you know. And it was, I mean, man, I tell you, um, in the next video, right? You know, I'm gonna speak about how do people feel, you know, that when they stutter. And even though that they found it very funny, right? You know that, and I was just, you know, he laughing because he going along with it. But inside, oh man, I felt it's embarrassing. I ain't lying. You know what I mean? But I'll have more comical videos. But hey, this one is already what 15 minutes, and I want to, you know, keep it at, you know, 10 to 15 minutes of vids, because I know our attention span, right, ain't that long. You know what I mean? People don't like to see long vids, man. All right, okay, I'm gonna shut this off, and I'll explain more vids of the comical about stuttering. But in the next one, see, I want to explain about, you know, how it feels, you know,